YouTube, man. Today I'm talking about the time where I worked a 112-hour work week, 16-hour shifts every single day for 7 days straight. This took place about, I want to say 3, maybe 4 months ago. I don't know. I'm going to be talking about what drove me to work this kind of crazy work schedule, as well as the actual experience of working that many hours and what happened as a result of it. So basically one day, my boss came to me and was all like, yeah, we're really busy on work, have a whole lot of work that needs to get done. So pretty much unlimited overtime. On top of the fact that they also had recently just fired 2 employees. So we were kind of hurting for people, man, really hurting for people. And my boss was all like, yeah, unlimited overtime. So I said, okay, unlimited. You say that, but what does unlimited overtime really mean? And he said, there is literally no limit. You can come in here and work as many hours as you want to, but the legal limit is 16. Anything more than that has to be like special circumstances, and the company has to have legal permission to allow an employee to work more than 16 hours. So he said, it's unlimited, but you can really only work 16 hours in a day. And I said, all right, bet, man, I'm doing it. I worked every single day, Monday to Sunday, from 7 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. 16-hour shifts, 7 days a week. Now, honestly, part of my work day too, I mean, look at me, man. Some of y'all know I'm a gym dude, I'm a gym rat. I don't skip the gym, man. So even though I was working these 16-hour shifts every single day, I was also still going to the gym every day before work. So, you know, to me, work isn't just something that pays me money. To me, work is anything that's productive, that's providing some kind of benefit to my life. So in my opinion, me going to the gym is still considered work too. So realistically, if you want to add that on to the work day, I was working 18-hour days because I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, be in the gym at 5, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we'll say 4:30 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, 7 days straight. I was up, going, being productive, getting stuff done, man. So why did I do it? Why did I do it? I did it because at the time I had a certain business that I was trying to start. At the time I was trying to start my ATM business, and I was struggling to find funding for it, man. I had purchased one ATM using my credit card. I talked about it in the previous video, but I didn't want to keep on doing that because I didn't want to keep on racking up, you know, credit card debt trying to fund the beginning of the ATM business, as well as every month, if I kept on spending more money, the interest rates, or not the interest rates, but the amount of interest being placed on my balance would have been increasing too. So I didn't want to keep on spamming that method, man. So I had to find some other kind of way to fund my ATM business. And that's the way I decided to do it. I said, if I work all these crazy hours, I'm going to get paid stupid amount of money for just this 1 week of work. So that was my motivation, man. You know, I'm a firm believer that sometimes you're going to be handed opportunities, and if you miss up on the opportunity, you're not going to get another one, man. Unlimited overtime is not an opportunity that's going to always be there. And I'm 23, I'm young, single, no kids, no major responsibilities. This is the point of my life where if I want to be able to put in that work and sacrifice time, now is when I should be doing it, because I don't have to worry about taking care of any kind of other major responsibilities. I believe that at this point in my life, I should be prioritizing work over anything else. That's another reason too why in another one of my videos where I was talking about older generations calling Gen Z lazy. Who's lazy? Maybe some of the other people in my generation, but you're not finna sit here and say all of Gen Z is lazy, because somebody else might have more talent than me. They might be smarter than me, but I know for damn sure you're not gonna outwork me. Definitely not. You're not putting in 18-hour work days every single day for a week straight, getting 3 hours of sleep. You're not doing that. You're not getting off of normally an 8 or 10-hour shift and still going to the gym even though you're tired. You're not doing that. You're not getting off work, going to the gym, and still working on your own businesses when you're not at work, clocking in for your own job. You're not doing that. Talking about Gen Z lazy. You're not finna outwork me. Anyway, that's a whole different video topic, man. But yeah, so I worked these 16-hour shifts, 7 days straight. Went to the gym before work every day as well. So I was probably averaging maybe if I got lucky, 3.5 hours of sleep every single day. Day one, nothing. I could do that no problem. Day two, I said, you know what? Energy drink. Pop the energy drink. I pushed through day two, no problem. By the time I got to day 3 and day 4, the effects of not being able to sleep were really starting to get to me. And I was hating it, man. I was hating it. And you know, as the work week went on, day 5, 6, 7, it was worse and worse every day. I got to the point where, man, I was taking 2, 3, 4 energy drinks a day. I even took some pre-workout, put that bitch in a Monster and drank it. That right there is a recipe for a heart attack, man. Your body should not be consuming that much caffeine, man. But you talking about being up for 18 hours every day, constantly working, man. Like, that's not natural. That's not normal. Running on 2 to 3 hours of sleep every single day, that's not normal, man. I had to do what I had to do. Was it worth it though? I mean, from a financial standpoint, yes, I guess you could say it was worth it, because I ended up making around like $3,700 in 1 week. That week, I was taxed heavily too, though. My normal tax rate is at like 22%. During that 1 week though, where I worked all that overtime, I got taxed at a rate of like, I want to say almost 31%, man. Like they really hit me with the taxes. So even though I made more money, I got taxed a whole lot more money, man. So, you know, from a financial standpoint, I guess you could say it was worth it. But from the effects that it had on my mental as well as my body, no, absolutely not worth it to be working like that, man. So what did I learn from the experience? So my main takeaway from this experience was, I do not want to have my money directly tied to my time. Because when your money is tied to your time, you're kind of limited to how much you can really earn, depending on your hourly wage, or if you're self-employed, whatever kind of service you're providing, you can only charge so much for it. And no matter what it is you're doing, if the money you make is directly tied to the amount of time that you put in, you're kind of limited, man. So yeah, I was able to make crazy money in that 1 week by upping the amount of time that I spent working, but yeah, definitely still was not worth it. Another thing that I learned about this entire experience, or from this experience, is that all this over glorification of work is ridiculous to me. It's a bit odd to me that because we live in this capitalistic society, people just really over glorify work, man. Obviously, you need to work. Work is important. If you don't work, you don't eat. But oftentimes, like in that video I was talking about, I hate to keep bringing it back up, but older generations like to refer to my generation as lazy, simply because we don't want to work our asses off, work ridiculously long hours, man. Not everybody wants to just work and work and work and work and work. Of course, in this society, if you want more money, generally speaking, you're gonna have to work more. You know, the individuals that typically are the most financially well off, they got there by putting in a whole lot of work. But not everybody cares about that. Not everybody cares about being fucking rich. Not everybody cares about, you know, constantly working around the clock, man, grinding. Not everybody cares about that. Some people want to just be able to work a single job and then get off work and go live their lives, man. And it's such an odd thing to me that sometimes people will even get shamed for not wanting to spend their entire day working. I came to the realization after having this crazy high hour work week, you got to do what's best for you, man. If you don't feel like working extended extreme hours, you don't have to. They might call you lazy, but it is what it is. If you want to be the kind of person that can simply just work an 8-hour shift and go home, then you got to do what you got to do in order to get to that point. Not everybody earns good enough income to pay all their bills off of just working one job, 8-hour shifts. Some people got to work 2 jobs, but if you don't want to be that person working all them hours, you got to do what you got to do. You got to put the work in order to get to the point where you can just work one job for 8 hours and be done. Or if you don't want to work a job, you are going to have to put the work in for a period of time to get to the point where you don't have to work a job anymore. And it just doesn't make sense to me why people will shame others for not wanting to spend their entire life working, man. I don't get it. It's like just because you spend your whole life working, you see somebody else that doesn't want to do that, and you just start hating and talking shit. It doesn't make sense to me. All I know is never again, man. Never again. I don't care how much money I'm making, pulling 16-hour days, 17-hour days on a regular back-to-back like that. Absolutely not. If you do it, more power to you. I respect it because I couldn't, bro. I like sleep too much. I need more than 2-3 hours a day, man. But yeah, that was my experience working 112 hours in a week. Was it worth it? You know, I'll take back what I said earlier. I think it was worth it. It was definitely an experience that not everybody has, because not everybody wants to work like that, and I don't blame you. But with every experience that we have in life, it's just another opportunity to learn. And I know for a fact I definitely learned from that experience, man. That's the end of the video. Questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section. If any of y'all have ever worked any kind of crazy ass hours like that, man, let me know. Tell me y'all story in the comment section. And y'all have a good rest of your day.